Good morning, homegirls, den mates. I'm using them interchangeably. My name is Alicia. If you are new and you are watching this for the first time, I am the host of Black Girls Den podcast. It's where media meets womanhood, and we talk all things about navigating life through the lens from a Black woman. So, if you enjoy that type of content, here we are, okay? And I'm apologizing in advance for any noise that I cannot control, child. And also, this is new to me, working on lighting and everything like that, going live. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are at. This month, Mary Denmas from the Black Girls Den podcast. Mary Denmas. Yeah, so this month we are doing a Den and Chill series where we are watching girlfriends episodes. We're watching about 3 a week. And then we are talking about them over dinner virtually on Sundays. But I wanted to come on here because friendship is such a big, hot topic that I wanted to talk about friendship and lessons that we learned and just kind of conversations about friendship on here. So we were supposed to be doing these on Fridays. Something came up yesterday, so I wasn't able to do it. So sorry, I'm here on Saturdays, but I have been thinking about going live on Saturdays and like doing something to remind you. That's why I'm in my pajamas. We chilling. Like, when you were younger, Saturday mornings, you would like get up, watch cartoons, something like that. Sometimes you would clean. Sometimes you would go to the hair salon. So I was kind of making this, thinking about this idea of like doing like salon Saturdays, like where I read then diary entries and we kind of talk about it as like, we in the salon, like we talking, we giving advice, we chatting. So I'm thinking about doing salon Saturdays maybe in January after the Friendship Friday. So let me know how y'all feel about salon Saturdays, like Black girls in the salon. Because, baby, nowadays the salon is different, but want to get back to that like nostalgia of talking, having, it's like girl chat meets, the waiting room or whatever. So I'm debating on that. If you all would like that, let me know in the comments. If you're watching this when it's post, like in the future, comment below. Let me know how you will like this. Make sure you like the live if you're watching as well. So those are kind of some things that I want to do. And another announcement, if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, or in the surrounding areas, Girls Miss is happening December 20th. It's a nostalgia girls night where we play games from our childhood, Mancala, Connect 4, Twister, like games like that. And we're going to do that while drinking hot cocoa and having fun. So if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. And I'll be so excited for you all to come and join me at Girls Miss. Okay. So I feel like that is all the announcements, okay, that I have to say. Okay. So this live is going to be about Girlfriends episode 1 through 3. We're just going to go through each episode and I'm just going to talk about like the friendship dynamics and different things within the episode. So if you watched it, yay. If you didn't, we can still have conversations about it because it's real life stuff and situations. So definitely just want to, hear y'all thoughts, comments, and the green Black Girls Den Podcast TV Lounge. Welcome here. The green is for Christmas time. So yes, I'm so excited to talk about this. So episode 1 in Girlfriends, basically it is Joan's birthday. She's having a birthday dinner. And then Lynn goes to Tony's house for something. I don't really know. But Tony basically tells Lynn that she's bringing Charles, toe-sucking Charles, to the dinner, to Joan's dinner. And then Tony's like, what? That's Joan's ex. And Tony's like, well, she broke up with him. So, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of what I want to talk about for that first episode is like, what would you do in that situation? First of all, y'all doing birthday dinners anymore? Because now birthday dinners, child. Well, this birthday dinner was at Tony's house, period. We love friends who have homes. I've never actually went to a birthday dinner at the house. Like that would actually be like a cool concept, honestly. We got birthday dinners. We going out to shoot Ruth's Chris, this Chris, that Chris, and they trying to charge everybody, talking about splitting the bills and everything like that. That's a whole nother conversation. They want to split the bills, and they people order alcohol, all these appetizers. I'm just like, whoop, child. Let's bring the birthday dinners back to the houses. I've never been to one, but let me know if you've been to one. It could be a cool concept. Anyways, that's really disrespectful. She bringing the ex to the house. So I wanted to know, what do y'all think? Like, would y'all date y'all ex's friend? Should you date your ex's friend? And we see this day to day. If you have not been on TikTok or Instagram, you've seen the whole Akira sued Brene. Of course, they live in North Carolina. You got to know where the laws are. She sued Brene for affiliation of affection. I think that's what the word is. Affiliation of affection, basically saying that she broke up her marriage. And so I'm like, it's real out here. So I think that's what it's called. Affiliation of affiliation. Something like, it's one of them laws, child. It's in North Carolina and some other place. I had it in my notes and now I forgot it. Yes, it is. Oh, it's alienation of affection in North Carolina. So that's like that's big betrayal, right? We could talk about betrayal in friendships. Bringing the ex might be different, but in a sense, we're still seeing this in real life. As in, Akira is claiming that Brene broke up their relationship. It's kind of similar, but it's not all the way similar. But she sued her and she got $1.75 million. That's a whole other conversation for another day. I'm actually probably going to talk about it on my Womanhood Wednesdays episodes. But just seeing that, like, oh, snaps, like, just correlating to what's happening now, seeing bringing an ex to a dinner. And then it's like, your friend, they was best friends. They were both married to two other people. They were friends. They were hanging out with each other. And then it's like they went behind their back and like, started messing around and stuff like that. It's a whole nother conversation. But I just thought it was interesting to see like this in day, like real day and time. Like what happens if you do mess with your friend's ex? Like, is that a loyalty thing that you should not cross? Or is that loyalty? Or like if you're dating them or if you dated them and you broke up with them, are you going to be mad that they dated somebody else, like that they dated your friend? Like, or do you not care? Some people might not care. Like they're just like, Maya was like, well, that's your, what do they be saying? That's your leftovers. Do you want your seconds? Do you want your leftovers? So I just wonder about that. Just like what do y'all think? Would you date your ex's friend? Have you seen it? And some laws are like you can like sue people for cheating and stuff like that too, because I believe Tim is suing Akira's ex-child. That's messy. But I just wanted to know, would you mess with your exes? Would you mess with your friend's ex? Do you think Tony was wrong? And then, of course, they apologized. They had a conversation, but just like, what do you think about that? And like, what does this teach you about friendship? So that's what I wanted to kind of chat about for that episode. But then also I wanted to know, how do y'all feel about the sisterhood group and the friend group? The very first episode, you could already tell Tony is not feeling Maya, child. So you could see that tension there. In later episodes, like who's friends and who became friends and how they became friends, if you watch the other episode. But I wanted to know, like, which friend do you think you are? And who's your favorite one on the show? I love Lynn. Lynn is just like, wow, out there, boom. She's just figuring out life. And I really feel like she's really kind of a realistic person who maybe didn't know what they wanted to do, because Joan wanted to be a lawyer. Tony's a realtor. Like, so those are like set jobs. But I feel like Lynn kind of shows 30-year-olds, like, no kids, hopping, trying to figure out what they want to do, having all this life, and just like just seeing like, that there's different paths. Maya is more, I feel like, focused because she's married. She has a kid. It's so funny. She's the one that's married, had a kid. I think she was like a high school dropout. She's smart, but she's also hood. So I think that that's interesting to show those two dynamics really. But I feel like Lynn is kind of like the person you can relate to most if you don't have like one of those like high considered careers, you know, like a lawyer and stuff like that. So I actually really like Tony. I feel like I can kind of relate to Tony a lot. Maya is funny though. I give it. Maya is hilarious. Like she's quick, she's witty with it. Um, I don't know which one I would be. I don't know which one I'd be. I feel like I'm like kind of a mix of both. I feel like I could be a little Joanish. Nah, maybe not really Joanish because Joanish is a little quirky. Maybe like Maya and Lynn, like witty and fun, but still don't know what I'm doing, child. So I feel like I'm a mixture of them. I probably will do a whole episode on just like dissecting them, like, you know, I have a series called Main Character Mondays. So I probably would just dissect them all together and who they are, but just for the conversation, you know, we'll do it just like this, right? So yeah, let me know who's your favorite. Let me know which character you feel like you're that like friend, you're the friend of, or which friends you are like with the character. So yeah, that was first episode. Okay, so should you date your friend's ex? Let me know. The second episode was hilarious, child. So basically, it was this 3-month rule. Um, basically, Joan is like, I'm trying to get laid. She was tired of being single and stuff like that. And so in this episode, I want to talk about a little bit more about Maya versus Tony because you can kind of see the tension building up. But we learned Maya's married. We already know to Darnell. But I wanted to know in this conversation, I wanted to see like, who do y'all think is a supportive friend? Are you the obnoxious friend? And just talking about how friend groups like of four can be challenging because they all have different personalities. I feel like Lynn is the obnoxious friend. I feel like Maya's the kind of supportive friend, and Tony's the kind of friend like, girl, get it together. But I wanted to know like, how do y'all feel about friendships and how they can be challenging when you have a group of friends, like when you have that core group of friends? Like, is it hard? Do you have like you know, it's like two people could be closer or three people could be closer. One person feels this way, or like everybody's always together, you're hanging out, or like y'all kind of, you know, somebody's going to be always closer to someone else. Does that make sense? And so how do y'all navigate that? Do y'all even have a core group of friends, like a core group of four, like four friends? So yeah, let me know about that. Then also I want to talk about, how do y'all feel about opposite sex friendships, and do you think they could just be platonic? Because baby, the way that William was trying to get it in with Joan, basically, I'm like, Joan is just like, he's my coworker, we can talk, we can hang out. But he was like, oh yeah, if you're not you know, single in 4 months or 6 months, we can get together. And I was like, do y'all always feel like with men and platonic, trying to be platonic with men, it always leads to that, like, okay, they might just be trying to have sex, you know? That's what all men say, like they just trying to have sex with you or whatever. So just wanted to kind of know that. I feel like I do have guy friends, but I feel like it's more like associate level. Like, I don't know if I really call my guy friends or whatever. I feel like they are my friends, but I feel like it's like, I would just say like they're associates. Like if we don't talk or hang out, something like that. I'm the person, I just say, if I don't talk to you a lot, I call you associate. That's just me. That's just my MO. If I don't talk to you for real, I could be cool. We could be cool, but we're associates. Like, you're not my friend if I don't really talk to you. That's just how I feel about friendships. And we could talk about that later down the line. But I feel like if I don't talk to you, then we're not friends personally. So I feel like with guys as associates, you know, because then guys get girlfriends and all that stuff, like you get a man. So I feel like it's kind of a hard, you know, like line to, you know, pick and choose from. So I don't know. But I do feel like you can be platonic friends with people because sometimes you're just not attracted to people like that. So I'm like, I just feel like it's kind of, why does it have to be so? We're like, yeah, we're friends. Like, I'm not attracted to him. Like, he's cool. Then we could just be friends. And that's what it is. And so basically, Joan tries to sleep with the restaurant owner or whatever. And then come to find out he has a fiance. And so she's like, okay, I got to go back to my 3-month rule or whatever. But it was like, it was a wild night. Like, she was like, oh, this is a wild night because Lynn, And then Lynn and Tony went gossiping and went and told everybody that she slept with David. So how do y'all feel about that? The gossiping, like when you tell your friend something, she's not supposed to tell everybody else. Then it got back to him and then it broke up their engagement, which I guess he wasn't mad. But it's just like when you tell your friend something, do you be like, yo, don't tell nobody? Like I be saying that, like, don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody. Child. Okay. Because you're to be all over the place. I'll tell my people, like, I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm like, who do I got to tell? I don't got nobody to tell, child. Because I don't even have that many friends. Like, I have a couple. I'm not saying I have friends, but I'm like, I don't have like thousands of friends, right? So I'm like, who am I about to tell your business to? Like, and I actually do. I be keeping, like, I be knowing stuff, but I be keeping it locked in my mind, loaded. Okay. So yeah, how do y'all feel? Like, do y'all tell y'all friends secrets, or like, do y'all tell them about y'all wild nights, or do you like, oh, that's just for me, or me and my journal, or like just me and my thoughts? Like, what do y'all do about that? Let me know if y'all keep it to yourself, or if y'all share, or y'all post it on social media, Twitter or something like that. Twitter or Threads, let me know which one. Or X, my bad, X. So yeah, that was that episode. And then last but not least, we're gonna do episode 3. Girl Frenzy is that episode. I should have said what all the episodes were called. I kind of forgot now. But Girl Frenzy. So I want to talk about mean girl energy, and also because like Tony is so mean to Maya. I was like, yeah, we have to talk about this. Like sometimes Black women, we could just be mean. Like sometimes Black women are just mean, are uppity, are bougie. So like Tony is so mean to Maya, and like Joan is like calling it out, like, why are you so mean to her? Like, leave her alone. And she's just like, well, she's this, she's that. Like, girl, she married with a kid, everything that you want. You just trying to look at money. And she's like, oh, because in the last episode, she's like, oh, this is Men Warehouse. Oh no. And so the last episode, Tony was like, ain't you married? And then Maya's like, yeah. And so then the guy took the drinks away. So at the end, Maya was like, oh, yeah, are you done with your meds? Are you supposed to be drinking? Like, got her back. So it's like catty, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But they're really not friends. If you see, they're just in a group, and they are just affiliated by Joan, right? So I just was like talking about that. But like Tony is so mean to Maya, and we can see that she's mean to Maya. And so I was just like, it's like the cattiness, like, why can't we just be nice and friendly? Like Joan said, Black women need like a safe space to, like, you know, just have fun, be cool. Like, we shouldn't be attacking each other. And I definitely agree with her. And I'm just like, sometimes just kind of talking to women and stuff like that, it's really hard to just like, you know, so are they gonna be mean? Are they gonna be nice? Like, I get everybody says like the RBF, you know, but it's just like, but you could be friendly, like just be like, hey, hi, just like, hey, hi, you know, like, hey, what's your name? Like, just kind of just being like nice and friendly. I just feel like people can be a little bit more friendlier, and I don't feel like that's talked about enough. It's just like, oh, you know, I'm antisocial. I have an RBF. It's just like, okay, like let's just work on being a little friendlier to each other, right? We can, you know, do all that, but just be a little friendly. And that was that. But in that episode, I kind of want to talk about friendship drama, because there's always drama. There's always friendship group drama. Well, not always, but sometimes there's always group drama. But this is also a TV show. I want to know, how do you all deal with drama in your friendships? Like, do you hold them accountable? Do you talk to them? Do you let it go? Do you cut them off? Just let me know. I don't know if y'all know the girl, your friend Trin. She has a podcast, and it's like, I think it's called Friend something, like you're like a friend something. And they were her friends had a Friendsgiving, and she was talking about how like they go about conflict and talking and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's like open, honest conversation. Like, how do you go about this? How do you feel about that? And friendship breakups are hard and different things like that. So it's just like, how are we discussing, or how are we having these conversations? How are we resolving conflict? At the end of the day, there is conflict in everything. How are we resolving it? So if you remember episode 3, Joan was going to go with Maya. Maya was like, we're going to go to this club. And Tony was like, oh no, I'm not going to that club, because no, So then Maya was like, okay, that's fine. And then Joan trying to beg her to go to the club. Long story short, Tony's like, I'm going to this club. And then Maya was like, well, we're going to go there too. After she left, Tony could not get into the club. She was like, I'm going to get in the club. She tried to act like she was all this and that. Maya got into the club. Okay. So Maya got Joan, William, and Lynn into the club. And then Joan was like, please, 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 Maya, can you get Tony in? Maya was like, she gotta pay. But then basically a fight broke out because the girl was like, "Did you just touch me?" And Tony was like, "No, I didn't touch you." Joan was like, "Come on, let's go." And so Tony was like, "Oh, no, 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 no." So they started fighting, and at the end of the fight, baby, they got beat up. Maya jumped in, Lynn was there, Tony was in her head like, "I have a job, I did this, I have this, what's going on, should I fight?" So basically Joan did not fight in the thing, and Tony was mad for Joan not jumping in. But I want to talk about, like, sometimes how you have to hold your friend accountable, and then also, like, people have things to lose. Like, Joan was like, I couldn't. Joan was like, I'm a lawyer, I'm an attorney, I cannot have the news come out here, I cannot have this come out there. And so it's like, why are we fighting in our 30s? Granted, it's a TV show, right? But just the conversation of like, why are we fighting in our 30s? But Tony just a realtor, so she's like, this is that, like, you didn't help me. She was like, my Gucci, my this, my that, my that. And Joan was like, yeah, I'm not fighting you. And so then Tony got mad, they left or whatever they did. And Tony was mad at her for like the rest of the episode. She was like, you didn't help me, you weren't here to support me, you weren't this, whatever. And Joan was like, I told you, like, this was my position, I wasn't going to fight, and I basically have something to lose, and like, I'm not fighting for you, I told you to come, you didn't want to listen to me. And so then at the end, I guess they came to her restaurant, and then Joan got mad because Joan was like, that's my table. And then she's like, well, you could take Lynn because you knew her, but Maya is my friend, period. Okay. And so they had a conversation, but I want to talk about, like, would you jump into a fight, or like, would you stop your friends from fighting? Are you standing, back? Are you, what you doing? Nowadays, people be shooting and doing all that stuff like that, so you can't even really get into fights. I did go to a club though, like when I was in Denver, and baby, they was fighting. I was recording. I actually have it on my phone, but I was nowhere near. But they was fighting. I was like, what? But oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. Like, this is outside of the fight. This is outside the club they fight. I'm like, should we be going up in here? And we surely went up in there. I've actually never been in a fight before, so I don't know. Let me know if y'all been in a fight before. I didn't really get into like arguments or like big blow. I didn't really do all that, so I actually never fought before. The most people I fought is my brothers. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, you hear that? I'm just playing. This is no threats, but I haven't been in a fight before, so I don't know if y'all been in a fight before. Then I wanted to just know, like, is it hard for you to reconcile people when you have fights or when you have arguments or something like that? And holding your friends accountable, like, how do you hold your friends accountable when you know they did something wrong? Or do you just not hold your friends accountable? Do you just, like, let it go? And just like, it is what it is. And they're mad at you for not jumping in, and then you just be like, okay, next. Or like, okay, let's, we just not gonna be friends. Or do you be like, oh no, we could be friends, or like stay from a distance? Like, what do you do in that scenario? So yeah, that's basically all the episodes. So from the top main things from the first episode is, would you date your friend's ex? Second episode, how do you feel about opposite sex friendships? And are like friend groups of 4 challenging? And then episode 3 is you fighting at the club? Is you holding your friends accountable? Let me know in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed this. Next week, we'll be going live Friday at 8 a.m. Hopefully, all things work out. And it'll be episode 4 through 6. If you do want to talk about these, though, join my Den and Chill series on Instagram, the Black Girls Den Podcast, where you can follow us at. And we will be talking about these shows every week on Sunday. So if you are interested in that, let me know. If you like this, please like this live. I really appreciate it. It'll be so great. I respond to all the comments, so make sure you respond or comment, answer the question, shout. I love engagement. So answer the questions. I'll be here every Friday. Hopefully, we'll see about the last Friday in December, but this is Denmas. I'm here. I wasn't supposed to be going live, but I am live. But this is Denmas. This is the Den. Let me know how you want to fit in. Okay, you already in though, girl. Okay, you're already in. So yeah, I hope y'all have a lovely Saturday. I hope you have a lovely weekend, because baby, the weekends go by fast. You only got 48 hours, so I'm gonna go spend mine at the library because I have other things that I'm working on. But hope you all have a great Saturday or Sunday whenever you watch this. I will see y'all next Friday. Until then, stay blessed, be happy, and chill. Okay. Bye.